Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Ah,
Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of your liver.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, you've given us some fascinating medical articles,
Mm-hmm.
and honestly, I'm already blown away by just how complex this organ is.
Yeah, it's a pretty remarkable organ, for sure.
I mean, I think we all kind of know that the liver's important, but I had absolutely no idea it was involved in over 500 different functions.
Yeah, 500, that's a big number.
That's wild. And, I'm already seeing from these articles that it's way more than just like a detox center or whatever.
Right.
It's like a supercomputer managing everything from our blood sugar to our digestion.
Totally. It is a truly remarkable organ, and to understand it and all of its diverse functions, it's really helpful to just start with like its location and its structure, get the base.
Yeah, let's orient ourselves a bit. Where exactly is this powerhouse located?
Okay, so picture this. You've got your rib cage right and nestled right underneath it. On the right side of your abdomen is your liver. It's the largest internal organ that we have, roughly the size of a football,
Wow,
and weighing in at about 3 to 3.5 pounds.
that's way bigger than I expected. So it's not just some like tiny little thing tucked away in there.
Not at all. And it's also, its location is strategically very important.
Okay.
It receives blood directly from the digestive system, giving it like first dibs on all the nutrients that we absorb from our food.
Oh, so that's why it's so important for processing like what we eat.
Exactly.
Speaking of processing, the articles mention something called first pass metabolism.
Oh, yes.
What is that exactly?
So that's a really fascinating process.
Okay.
Essentially, anything that we ingest, whether it's, food or medication, or even that morning cup of coffee, it gets absorbed from our gut and travels directly to the liver through the hepatic portal vein before it enters general circulation.
So the liver, like, gets to screen everything first.
Yes.
Like a customs checkpoint for our bloodstream.
Precisely. That's a great way to think about it. This first-pass metabolism allows the liver to process and modify these substances,
Right.
breaking down toxins, storing nutrients, and even converting medications into their active forms.
So it's not just filtering, it's like actively changing the composition of our blood.
Exactly. It's constantly monitoring and adjusting the levels of various substances in our blood to maintain a very delicate balance.
That's incredible.
It is.
Okay, so we're starting to see just how powerful this organ is, but I'm still a bit fuzzy on what it actually does.
Sure.
I mean, we're talking over 500 functions. How can we even begin to wrap our heads around that?
Well, I think a good way to do that is to break those functions down into categories,
Okay.
like detoxification, digestion, blood management, and nutrient processing. And each of these categories encompasses a whole range of vital tasks.
Okay, that makes it a bit more manageable. Let's start with detoxification. What is the liver's role there?
The liver is like our primary defense against toxins. It filters the blood coming from the digestive system, removing harmful substances like alcohol, drugs, and environmental pollutants.
So it's like a high-tech filtration system for our entire body.
It really is a very good way to think about it. The liver uses a very complex system of enzymes to break down these toxins into less harmful substances that can then be excreted from the body.
What about those enzymes? The articles mentioned something about cytochrome P450 enzymes.
Yes.
What are those?
Cytochrome P450 enzymes are a superfamily of enzymes that are really crucial for detoxification. They're involved in metabolizing a really wide range of substances, including many medications.
Oh, so could variations in these enzymes explain why different people react differently to the same medication?
That's exactly right. These genetic variations can influence how quickly or slowly someone metabolizes a certain drug, and this then affects its effectiveness and potential side effects.
Wow, so the liver's even involved in like personalized medicine.
It really is. Understanding how the liver processes these different substances is absolutely crucial for developing safe and effective treatments.
This is already so much more complex than I ever imagined.
It is a very complex organ.
What about digestion? What role does the liver play there?
Well, one of the liver's key roles in digestion is to produce bile.
Right, bile. I remember that from like biology class, but I could never really grasp its significance.
Yeah, bile is a crucial substance for breaking down fats in our diet.
Okay.
It acts like an emulsifier, breaking down large fat droplets into smaller ones that can be more easily digested and absorbed by the small intestine.
So without bile, we wouldn't be able to properly digest those delicious fatty foods.
Not effectively, no. Bile also helps us to absorb fat-soluble vitamins like vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are essential for a variety of bodily functions.
Ah, so it's not just about breaking down fat, but also about ensuring that we get those vital nutrients.
Exactly. And the liver's role in digestion highlights how interconnected all of its functions really are.
All right, it's starting to make sense now. The liver is involved in so many processes that are just essential for our survival.
Absolutely.
What else is on its to-do list?
Well, another critical function is blood management. The liver is essentially like a central hub for regulating our blood supply and composition.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How does it manage our blood?
Well, for starters, it plays a key role in blood clotting.
Go.
It produces several clotting factors that are essential for stopping bleeding when we get injured.
So without those clotting factors, even a small cut could be dangerous.
Exactly. The liver also helps to maintain healthy blood sugar levels.
Okay.
It stores glucose in the form of glycogen and then releases it into the bloodstream when we need energy.
So it's like a backup generator for our body's energy needs.
That's a great analogy. And it also produces albumin, which is a crucial protein that helps maintain fluid balance in our blood
Oh, okay.
and transports hormones and other substances throughout the body.
So it's not just about, like, the cells in our blood, but it's also about the fluid that carries them and all of these essential molecules.
Precisely. And all of this highlights how the liver contributes to a stable internal environment, which is essential for all of our cells to function properly.
This is all so fascinating. And we've only just scratched the surface of what the liver does.
You really have.
We haven't even gotten to nutrient processing yet.
I know, there's so much more to talk about, but before we delve into that, I think it's time that we take a closer look at the liver's really intricate structure, which enables all of these amazing feats.
Okay, I'm ready for a closer look. Let's zoom in and see what's going on at a structural level.
All right, let's do it. So welcome back to our deep dive into the liver. I think it's time now we explore the fascinating structure of this powerhouse organ.
Okay.
You really wouldn't believe how much is going on beneath the surface.
Right, last we left off, we were about to zoom in on the liver's structure.
Right.
I'm picturing something super complex, like a microscopic city with all sorts of specialized departments.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. The liver is organized into lobes and segments and these microscopic lobules all working together with remarkable precision.
Okay, lobes, segments, lobules.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep it all straight. Can we break that down a little bit further?
of course. So think of the liver like a country,
Yeah?
divided into two main lobes.
Okay.
The right lobe and the left lobe, like two major regions.
Right and left, that makes sense.
Yeah, and each lobe is further divided into 8 segments,
Okay.
like smaller districts within those regions.
Okay.
These segments are important because they have their own blood supply and drainage systems,
Oh, wow.
almost like independent units.
So if one segment has a problem, it doesn't necessarily mean the whole liver is affected.
That's right. Oh, wow.
This segmented structure allows surgeons to remove specific segments if necessary while preserving the rest of the liver.
That's incredible, like a built-in safety mechanism.
It really is.
What about those tiny lobules? Where do they fit into our map here? Okay, so think of lobules as like the villages within each district.
Right.
They're the microscopic functional units of the liver,
Okay.
where the real action happens.
Okay.
Each lobule is this hexagonal structure made up of rows of liver cells called hepatocytes, all arranged around a central vein.
Hepatocytes, those are the actual cells doing all that filtering and processing we've been talking about.
Exactly. Those are the workhorses of the liver, carrying out hundreds of metabolic functions.
Wow.
And between these rows of hepatocytes, we have these tiny blood vessels called sinusoids.
Sinusoids, those were mentioned in one of the articles. What
Yeah.
makes them so special?
They're designed for maximum interaction between the blood and the liver cells.
Okay.
So the blood flowing through these sinusoids, it comes into close contact with the hepatocytes,
Okay.
allowing for this very efficient exchange of nutrients and oxygen and waste products.
So it's like a super efficient delivery system, bringing in supplies and removing waste.
Precisely.
Very cool.
And along these sinusoids, we have these specialized cells called Kupffer cells, which are part of the immune system.
Immune system. I didn't realize the liver was involved in immunity.
Oh, it plays a crucial role. These Kupffer cells act like sentinels,
Okay.
patrolling the sinusoids and engulfing any bacteria or viruses or debris that might enter the liver.
So they're like the liver's security force,
Ah.
keeping things clean and safe.
Exactly.
Love it.
And to connect all these lobules and transport bile, we have a network of ducts.
Oh,
So think of them as like the intricate plumbing system of our liver city,
okay.
carrying bile from the lobules to the gallbladder and eventually to the small intestine.
Right. Bile, that essential fluid for breaking down fats.
Exactly.
So the liver's producing it, storing it, and delivering it precisely when and where it's needed.
It's really a remarkable system.
Yeah, it is.
And let's not forget about the 2 major blood vessels we discussed earlier. the hepatic artery bringing in fresh oxygenated blood, and the hepatic portal vein delivering nutrient-rich blood from the digestive system.
All right, those are like the highways,
Yeah.
keeping the liver supplied and connected to the rest of the body.
Precisely. And all of this, the lobes, the segments, the lobules, the blood vessels, the ducts, they all work together with incredible precision to ensure that the liver can carry out its diverse functions.
It's truly mind-boggling. Knowing all of this, I had to ask, what happens when this intricate system gets disrupted?
Uh-huh.
What are the consequences for our health?
That's a fantastic question, and thankfully, there are many things within our control that can really support our liver health.
Okay.
You might even be surprised to learn just how much impact our daily choices have on this vital organ.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready to dive into the practical advice. What stood out to you from the medical articles?
Well, one recurring theme is the importance of a balanced and nutritious diet.
All right.
The liver plays a central role in processing everything we consume, so the food we eat has a direct impact on its workload and well-being.
Okay, that makes sense. So what should we be prioritizing in our diet to, like, give our liver the best support?
Well, the articles really emphasize the benefits of a Mediterranean-style diet,
Okay.
which is rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats like olive oil.
I've heard good things about that diet for just overall health in general.
Right.
How does it specifically benefit the liver?
Well, these foods provide a rich array of antioxidants, which help to protect liver cells from damage caused by free radicals. They also provide fiber, which helps regulate blood sugar levels and supports healthy digestion, reducing strain on the liver.
So it's like providing the liver with a steady supply of high-quality fuel
Yeah.
and keeping its workload manageable.
Yeah, exactly.
What about foods we should avoid? The articles mention fatty liver disease.
Yes, fatty liver disease is a growing concern, and a key contributor to that is excessive consumption of saturated and trans fats,
Okay.
which are often found in processed foods, fried foods, and sugary drinks.
So those foods are essentially clogging up the liver's, like, intricate machinery.
You could say that. When we overload the liver with these unhealthy fats, it can lead to fat accumulation in liver cells, causing inflammation and ultimately impairing liver function.
Okay, so limiting those unhealthy fats is crucial.
Absolutely.
What about alcohol? We talked about the liver's role in detoxification.
Right.
So I'm assuming alcohol consumption plays a role here.
Yes, definitely. The liver is our primary defense against alcohol, breaking it down into less harmful substances.
Right.
But excessive alcohol consumption can overwhelm the system, leading to a buildup of toxic byproducts that can damage liver cells.
Oh, so even though the liver is designed to handle alcohol, too much of it can be seriously detrimental.
Exactly. Moderate alcohol consumption is key.
Okay.
And the articles also emphasize the importance of staying hydrated
Okay.
because water helps to flush out toxins and supports optimal liver function.
It's like giving our liver a good internal cleanse.
Right.
And what about exercise?
Mm.
I imagine that plays a role in overall health.
Yeah.
But does it specifically benefit the liver?
It does. Regular physical activity helps to reduce visceral fat, which is the type of fat that accumulates around our organs, including the liver.
Okay.
So this in turn helps to prevent fatty liver disease and improves insulin sensitivity, which benefits blood sugar regulation.
So by moving our bodies, we're not just improving our cardiovascular health,
Yeah.
but we're also giving our liver a boost.
Precisely.
Awesome. And let's not forget about protecting ourselves from infections that can directly impact the liver, such as viral hepatitis.
Yeah, good point. The articles mention vaccines and safe practices. Let me elaborate on those a little bit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So vaccination is a highly effective way to prevent hepatitis A and B.
Okay.
These vaccines offer long-lasting protection against these viruses, which can cause significant liver damage.
So getting vaccinated is a simple yet powerful step we can take to safeguard our liver health.
For sure.
What about hepatitis C?
Well, while there's no vaccine for hepatitis C currently, there are highly effective antiviral medications that can cure the infection in the vast majority of cases.
That's good to know. So what about preventative measures for, like, all types of hepatitis?
Well, practicing safe sex, avoiding sharing needles, and being cautious about getting tattoos or piercings in unregulated settings are all crucial steps to prevent transmission of these viruses.
So just responsible behavior and awareness are key to protecting ourselves and others.
Exactly.
As we're discussing all of these practical tips,
Right.
it really highlights the interconnectedness of our health, you know?
It does.
The choices we make each day, seemingly small actions have a ripple effect on our entire body, including our liver.
Yeah, it's a powerful reminder that we're not just separate parts, but we're this intricate web of interconnected systems.